Do you have the desire to write, but you just have not made it a habit yet? I want to encourage you. You can make writing a habit where once you finish a book, you can write the next one. I want to give you a few tips that will help you make writing a habit. Hi, I am Aisha, and my mission is to mobilize you, the Christian writer, so that you can share your unique voice with the world. I will be bringing you writing tips and godly encouragement. Before we begin, I want to let you know that your sisters in Christ are waiting for you in the Writing with Power community. We are encouraging each other in the Lord and in our writing journeys. You are welcome to come join us. I will leave the information in the description box and it is free to join. I just want to give you a few ideas to help you make writing more of a habit in your daily life. Let's start with setting goals. Think about daily, think about weekly, think about monthly, think about yearly. And when you are thinking in these terms, you may be thinking on a day to day basis, how many words do you want to write? Do you want to write 500 words? Do you want to write 1,500 words? Do you want to write 100 words? When you think about daily how many words you want to write, then you are setting goals in chunks so that you know you can reach your weekly, monthly, and yearly goals. And let's kind of expand out a little bit. Maybe we don't want to start with daily because we don't know how many books we want to write by the end of the year. You may say, by the end of the year, I want to write 3 books. You may say, by the end of the year, I want to write 1 book. Depending on your goal for the year, that will help you scale down to the monthly goal, the weekly goal, and the daily goal. For me, I just know that I want to constantly be writing. I am going to think about that so that I can come up with my daily goal. And maybe you don't look at word count. Maybe you think, well, I want to write by chapter, or I want to write so many pages each day. Again, you want to think about how much you want to have completed by the end of the year, and that will help you to scale down again for the monthly, the weekly, and the daily goals. So take a minute, think about that. Think about your goals. Are you just going to finish 1 book in the next 6 months? That is a great goal. So if you're thinking about that book, is it a novel? Is it a novelette? A novel is most likely going to have 30,000 words or more. So if you want to finish 30,000 words in 6 months, then you're going to need to have 5,000 words a month. If you're going to write a book that has 60,000 words and you want to finish that in 6 months, then you're going to need to have 10,000 words a month. Think about your goal for a time frame, and that will help you to figure out how many words or pages or chapters that you need to meet, and that will help you think about your goals on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So one of the things that I've been doing, I've been changing over from writing physical books and ebooks to an online series. So you're going to want to think about, are you writing a physical book? Is this something that you're going to need to upload so that it could be printed out? Or is it going to be an ebook where it can be used on a Kindle or a Nook? Or is it going to be online, something that you can write on Patreon or Substack or on your own website? So with that, if it's something that you're going to write online, maybe you're going to release it to your readers once a week or bi-weekly. You want to think about, what is the process? How are you going to get it to your readers? So when you're building that habit, you want to make sure that you leave yourself enough time so that when you release it to your readers, they know it's coming and they are waiting for it excitedly when you release it. So when you're starting a habit of writing, you want to think about, how will you release your writing to your readers? And how will they be able to access it? One of the things that I like to do to make writing a habit is sprints. I like to make sure that I set my timer and I write for 15 minutes or I write for 30 minutes. When I am working in sprints, that helps me to get more words on the page, and I've just been really figuring out how long it takes me to write so many words. So when I am writing for 15 minutes, I usually get between 450 and 500 words. So that helps me to know that whenever I sit down, the minimum I should get when I am writing is 450 words. Now, when I write 30 minutes, I am usually going to get 1,000 to 1,500 words. It just depends on how my ideas are flowing, how prepared I am when I sit down. Those are just things that I need to take into account when I am planning to write. When I am building that writing habit, I do need to be prepared for the time when I'm going to write. Another way to set a habit is having an accountability partner. And that's one of the things that I love about having the community. I can post in the community, hey, I am going to be writing this much, or I am going to be writing this many words a day. And others will respond and say how they are writing or what they are doing with their projects. So, finding an accountability partner is a great way to help you set a writing habit. You have someone to push you along when you are working on your writing goals. And I've said before, you can come write with us in the Writing with Power community. It is free for you to join. I will leave that information in the description box. So let's recap. When you are trying to start a writing habit, you want to make sure that you set goals. You're going to think about how much you want to write for the year, whether it's a book or two, whether it's 3 books, and then you want to scale that down. You want to break that down into your monthly, weekly, and daily goals. Also, you want to think about, are you writing a physical book or are you writing a series online? If you're writing a series online, you're probably going to upload more often than you would for a book. So you're thinking about, if you're on Patreon or Substack or your own website, how often do you want to release your stories to your readers? Are you going to release them weekly? Are you going to release them bi-weekly? So when you are creating this writing habit, you have to be prepared so that you can upload when your readers know that you said you were going to upload. So you're going to want to make sure that you set some due dates for yourself so that you can remember that you made a promise to your waiting readers. Also, you want to think about writing sprints or whatever it is that will get you writing each day so that you can meet your goals, so that you can have your stories ready for your readers. And I mentioned I love writing sprints because they allow me to focus. I just set my timer and I write so that I can continue writing. And also get an accountability partner. Get someone who will encourage you to keep writing, who will write with you. And of course, you are always welcome to write with us in the Writing with Power community. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. If they have been, would you let me know in the comments? Also, have you subscribed to the channel? If not, go ahead and subscribe. I want you to be notified when I upload new videos for you. I release a video every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time and every Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. As always, I look forward to meeting you here, and until next time, happy writing.